Hey everyone, this is Armin from Hex. I'm a partner engineer here specializing on our Snowflake integrations. So I'd like to walk you through a quick project on how healthcare and life science customers are getting value out of Hex. For those of you who haven't heard of Hex, we are an collaborative analytics platform that specializes in answering ad hoc questions. So jumping right into this, let's say I wanted an analysis on my oncology lab results. I can jump in here, quickly go into a SQL cell. This will be turned back as a pandas data frame, effectively some form of variable to work with data. I can jump into a native Python cell as well. I can simply add cells by the drop down here. And I also have a number of different visualizations that I can use out of the box in Hex, right? I'm not having to write not having to work with any charting libraries, not having to work with Python. I get this baked into my notebook experience, which will bleed over to my app builder, which we'll explore here in a second. As I scroll down, you'll see the different cell types we have, the different pie charts here, line charts, bar charts, scatter plots, you name it, we probably have it. Scrolling down further, maybe I want to work with, say, a table cell. Now, this table cell really caters to folks that are maybe less technical or don't have SQL or Python proficiency. What we offer to those types of users is still the ability to get the flexibility of a notebook without the high burden of having to, install anything locally, move data locally, create connections, and ultimately have to learn SQL or Python just to answer an ad hoc question. The way we do this is by simply adding a table cell here, which I've already done down below. And we give the ability for anyone who can talk spreadsheet to actually start working in Hex's notebooking environment here. So just looking at some basic functionality, we can sort these, we can filter these, we can format them with conditional formatting. We also have the ability for you to write formulas. So here I've just selected a very simple formula, but if I wanted to, say, randomly divide this by 12, I have that ability. You have over 60 different functions for aggregations and such. So you probably meet the needs of anything you may be doing, say, in a Google Sheets or a Excel sheet. This all then also weaves all together very nicely, so I can go back into SQL or Python, and I can even start leveraging magic analysis. And the best way to show you this is by doing it. So I'm going to say, using my gene results, a new data set here, find the cancerous 3 or more mutations. Now, magic analysis is using OpenAI as our LLM integration here, where I, as a user that maybe isn't super technical, can actually rely on this as an upskill tool, or maybe I am a technical person and want to speed up my insights. Magic analysis will actually decide whether I'm going to use SQL or Python or just go straight into a chart creation for me without me having to have that burden or overhead. Go ahead and accept this. This looks great. Again, I can go ahead and visualize this. It's all very intuitive to work with. We're trying to democratize the types of personas that can actually work in this kind of notebook framework. Final thing to show you here quick, we can also write this back with a native write back cell. So again, we can have Snowflake as our centralized source. So we can bring in, having the data engineers, data scientists, different personas, all working in one collaborative environment. We can see, even if I hover over here, we actually have a few folks working in here. You can almost think of Hex as this Google Sheets for data work. Now, one final thing to show you on the notebook view as I scroll to the top. For those folks that are Snowpark savvy or working with larger data sets, we can go ahead and simply just select Snowpark here as my return mode. I'll hit run. And at this point, all of my work will now turn into Snowpark, whether it's my SQL cell, right? This Python cell that is using Snowpark code, even going down into my visualizations. So as this goes ahead and runs in the warehouse, right, we are only bringing in the result set into Hex. So no matter the size of your data, right, you can always go ahead and scale your warehouse as needed, again, allowing for flexibility of your workflows. Once I'm finally complete with my analysis, I'll jump into my app builder. This app builder will allow me to take the cells from my notebook side and go ahead and drag and drop them, create them however I would like. And this is where we really start seeing Hex become an analytics fast lane, where you're not having to take screenshots, put some code cells together, or take some screenshots of cells, ultimately putting them into a PowerPoint that you share out to your end users, right? This is something that's very intuitive to use, very simple. Say I wanted to remove this pie chart, it's just a click away. I can drag and drop it. I can really start creating some interactive, data apps that we can share very, very quickly to various business units. Go ahead and add these users very simply. Maybe it's a data scientist group, a go-to-market group, actual scientists out in the field, or individual users. Once I'm happy with my app builder, I can publish those changes. Ultimately, this will lay me into this final clean data app. coming from, again, this Hex project. And these projects are interactive in nature. We have tooltips here. We have drill down, we have cross filtering, you can explore as well. So a lot of the functionality that we're seeing kind of the standard BI tools, we're actually bringing that where it's all powered under the hood by a notebook. So you're getting kind of the best of two worlds where you get the flexibility where we're saying, hey, whether you're technical or at least just data savvy, you can get value out of a notebook, but we're not going to leave you behind when it comes to actually sharing these insights and ultimately, ideally driving your business forward with the findings you have in your data. Hey everyone, thanks for watching the video and I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to explore the live Hex app for yourself, go ahead and click the button at the bottom right.